You know what I'm thinking though?
Another beer.
Another beer.
He's got like long hair. He's got like really straight eyes. Maybe, and he's always wearing a black t-shirt, and I can't. It's like something tizzy or.
That sounds very
like
familiar.
that. And I can't think of what his like. I even looked his name, and I was gonna mention him on here.
That's
and
so
now I can't
funny.
fucking remember what it is because I didn't write it down because I suck.
Because I suck. Well, see if I can find it after we pour this beer.
I know I follow him on here, and I watch a lot of his.
Super
Well, that looks
videos.
like dark like a freaking Coca-Cola.
Oh no!
that
Almost
from this
broke.
angle, it looks like a Coca-Cola.
There we go. It does. It's got I like the head on it. It's got a good head that's I don't know. Oh, it smells chocolatey.
Wait a minute. Is there like?
That's a shorty, isn't it?
Yep.
Can you look up your history on?
You can.
TikTok?
There
That's
we
the kind of
go.
shit I was watching on here.
Oh, the dog sex girl, like multiple articles mentioned she's on TikTok, and I'm like, so what part of all the algorithms do you have to initiate on TikTok to get dog sex?
That's great. Probably dog sex. Porn. Ooh, that smells really
There
good.
it is.
We got coffee, bourbon barley maybe.
I'm really liking it.
Okay, my internet. Oh man, my fucking internet's not working. I've been having issues with fucking internet this week, big time.
Man, so I like switched months ago off of fucking Spectrum because they suck dick. And I've got a perfectly lovely fiber optic company now that is fast as shit and have had no problems with them. Spectrum keeps coming to my house and sending me shit. The other day, they had a fucking dude out there, like, knocking on the door, asking my daughter if I was home, and legitimately trying to find out if she was 18, because if she was 18, he would have been able to trick her into signing the paperwork to switch us back to Spectrum.
Oof.
Now,
Yeah, that's shitty.
like, the only reason I know this is I, like, watched the entire interaction on the doorbell camera. I'm
Right.
like, the fuck, dude? You're fucking... That's some shady-ass shit, Spectre.
Spectre.
It's like, do not.
Do not.
I do not want your shitty cable internet. I like fiber optic. I am tech, and I know what the fuck I'm doing.
Put a note on your door. Fuck you, Spectrum. I like my fiber optic.
Well, like, they stopped by my house when no one was there today, and they shoved a pamphlet in the door saying, switch back to us. And it's like, this is how internet be, guys. Newer technology comes along, and you get better, faster speeds through newer shit. Update your network, bitches. Get fiber.
This is a really good beer. This is the one I've been looking forward to for like a couple months now.
Does it have coconut?
Is this like a German chocolate cake kind of a beer?
What's really funny about it is I don't think it says anything about it other than like it's like what kind of beer it is. It doesn't give any flavors.
I've got like a chocolate. I've got like some coconut, maybe some lactose. It's good dark beer, but
I really like it. We didn't do the last beer like.
no. Would we rate the last
or
one?
whatever.
Did we even rinse the cups out from that
Yeah.
last beer? Okay, yeah, you did.
We didn't rate the last one.
We did not.
That last one was a
Lame-ass
good-
losers.
That last one I gave a good 4.25.
I was gonna say a 4. I'd give it a 4 because I would drink it again. I don't know. It lost some of its luster through drinking it. The first sips were good.
It felt chuggable to me. It's not one.
If it was super cold, it would be chuggable.
It's not one that I wanted to sip. Despite the like pink color to the last one, it didn't feel like anything that would be like acid refluxy to just drink
Right.
quickly. You know.
It would go good with a dessert. And you could probably even find something that would go good with. I think it would go good with something that was like beef and soft beef.
Wait, so Ron, what'd you say? 4.25.
4.25.
What'd you say, Missy?
A 4.
I think 3.75.
So average of 4.
And
Sounds like it.
what did we say?
It was thick,
Thick.
Opaque,
juicy,
thick, juicy,
chocolatey, cherry,
chocolate,
slightly bitter,
cherry,
sweet.
All the things.
sweet, bitter.
All this stuff also describes the penises that these ladies like.
Chocolate, big chocolate.
Sweet, slightly bitter.
That's right. Big chocolate dick.
I was gonna say like
Once you go black, your credit's never the same. Is that what you're going to say?
That's exactly what I was going to say.
I don't think I've actually heard that one before. I like that.
That was Lisa Lampanelli. She was the insult comic back in the day.
Oh, yeah. She's the one that sings, isn't she?
I don't know that she sings. She says every racist thing that she can. But she got...
Is she like a bigger, like a blonde girl? And she always wears like muumuus that are like cut off, right? Like the tube top type muumuus.
I don't know about that. I don't really recall what she was wearing.
Maybe I'm thinking of somebody else.
She was always...
Once you go black, your credit score's never the same.
Right,
Man.
because, well, because she would be up there insulting, like, it was like just basically racial humor, and then people be, a lot of people would laugh, but some people would be like, oh, she'd be like, calm down, honey, I've had more black dick in me than a urinal at the Apollo, and like, she was into black dudes, but then like her last specials that I saw, she was just basically up on stage, just like, just talking, saying nothing but racial slurs, but not having any real content.
And now
or
Ariana
jokes.
sneaks away to go take a pee.
And it wasn't funny. She's gonna shit herself.
We now switch now to the chicken to the
frying chicken episode.
the frying chicken episode.
I should like take the camera off and just run to the door and hold it under the door.
Oh wait, she turned on the fan. She's making a poopy. Ariana is squeezing out some brown fudge right now.
It's gonna be some of her OnlyFans content. The audios of her.
We've said this forever. I still think we need like the ball cap that has a camera on it with like a selfie
bathroom
camera.
cam.
Yeah.
There you go.
You just throw that on, and whoever goes in the bathroom has to do that.
Has to wear the selfie cam.
Speaking of bathrooms and things, I installed I feel all special. I installed a new shower head.
A toilet cam.
Not quite. I installed
a shower cam.
new shower head.
Oh yeah.
It's like
I like that word shower head. It just sounds funny.
But it's like one of those waterfall shower heads. Then it's got off to the side like a little wand on it. Apparently the water pressure.
So you can bidet yourself.
Yes. Apparently the water pressure at my house is good enough that I can have both the waterfall shower running and the little bidet myself thing at the same time.
So Ron can spray his ass while washing the cum out of his beard.
But the only problem with it is like because it's brand new, the freaking waterfall shower head is all shiny metal, and I look up even slightly, and I see a naked me staring back when I'm in the shower. And I'm just like, the fuck?
How do you go from naked to black men and credit scores?
You'll have to listen and find out.
What was it?
We were talking about you going to the bathroom to take a shit, and then I mentioned about how I installed a new shower head.
Right.
You did?
I did.
Recently?
Last night.
And then he said his water pressure was so strong because it's got the waterfall shower head and it's got like a part you can take off. And I was like, oh, so you can I was like, you can bidet yourself, and he's like, yeah. And I was like, oh, so you can bidet yourself as you're washing the jizz out of your beard. And
yes, I can.
That's what happened there.
The waterfall shower sounds amazing, and I kind
It
of want
does.
one, but like I always have to have one of those detachable ones, for purposes.
Well,
Right, exactly.
So
there you
this
go.
one is both of those.
You gotta rinse the undercarriage, man, and it's hard to do when you don't have a removable.
Right.
But this one has.
You have to get on your back and like fucking happy baby it.
Yeah.
Picture didn't happen. That just sounds hilarious.
The shower just.
While you're doing the happy baby with the shower head spraying down, you try not to drown
My
yourself.
boyfriend lives in my bathroom.
Like my only complaint is
face down, ass up. Oh, baby, yeah.
like my only complaint
Run
about
down my back.
my only complaint about the new shower head is that like it doesn't spray out with that like military grade pressure to like really just blast away every single sense of pain.
Blast the dingleberries away.
Well, that too.
Yeah, Ron's probably got some hardcore ones back there.
Shoo-wee.
That's probably why I had to get the removable shower head, I would think. He's probably
Right.
got like dingleberries from 10 years ago.
I was
But-
gonna say, yeah, they're like fossilized and shit. They
But no, what,
scrape them up and make fucking gasoline.
Ew.
Ron's got gasoline dingleberries.
hey, that just means that I'm like environmentally friendly and renewable.
He's gonna stick them in his gas tank and go an extra 30 miles. Fuck, we ran out of gas. What should we do? I know. Snip, 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 snip. Tink, tink, tink.
Did you reveal this beer already?
I did not.
Did we finish talking about the flavor of it?
Coconut. I feel like it has some chocolate and some coconut.
I'm thinking my brain's saying like a
Chocolate
German, like a
is what
German chocolate cake kind of a flavor.
That's what so I was like really excited for this beer because it is Man, I didn't look at all that shit, but so this is Hopping Frog, Gavel Slammer, 17.4%.
Damn.
Have we? I couldn't remember, and I know I had
wonder
done
it's a
one.
baby can. That's
Pineapple
a
upside down cake, I believe, is what it was.
I had an angel food cake one that was fucking nasty. I know that.
17%.
And yeah, and I'm not really a fan of this. I kind of thought I wasn't a fan, but with this one's a really good one.
That fucking gravity, though.
So it says an over-the-top ale like no other with gavel slammin' flavor profile, rich, aromatic, lively, and dark, going light years over the top of Ohio's old beer alcohol limit. Gavel Slammer is brewed to celebrate Hoppin' Frogs putting the hammer down for freedom in brewing Ohio beer. Because of the efforts on August 26, 2016, we were presented the actual gavel used in the final Senate session that removed Ohio's alcohol limit on beer. We did our part, and we're proud of this recognition and our freedom. I did not read that, and that's really badass. So basically,
I didn't know that there was a 15% alcohol limit until recently.
Right.
Explains why everything we see doesn't get much above 15%.
It doesn't say 15 on
You said
this.
17.
Well, this is 17.4, but...
Well, yeah, but you said, you're reading the can, it said Ohio's old 15% alcohol limit.
Tis the end. Is it this guy?
Yes.
I like it.
But,
Sorry.
it's all right. It says Ohio's old beer/alcohol limit. It doesn't say anything about 15%.
No, I was hearing shit then. I'm dumb.
I don't know what their old limit. I'm curious as to what the old limit was.
Pineapple upside down cake, episode 47 of Strobing Butt Plug.
Nice.
Ron brought it.
TheStrobingButtplug.com is probably still active.
Oh, wow. Let's see. I don't know that there was a whole lot on this site. The Hoppin' Frog Brewery site. Just says Hoppin' Frog's artisanal brewery in Akron, Ohio, making very flavorful beers in the most flavorful styles. Established in 2006 and brewing with an uncompromisingly relentless focus on detail from the ingredients selection to the brewing process. The brewery has become known for quality around the world and now distributes in 22 states and 40 foreign countries. That's pretty badass.
Go them.
I like it.
What's the can on Hoppin' Frog look like?
So the can on the Hoppin' Frog, it has a frog dressed as a judge, and he's got the fucking gavel, and he's slamming it down on a curled, piece of paper, and that's really it. There is, an old flag. I think it's the old Ohio state flag that's on there, since obviously they're in Ohio. And it is basically, like they said, it's to commemorate their the old alcohol that they busted through, and they were ones to help break the alcohol limit. What was Ohio's alcohol limit in beer?
She says to Siri.
Yes, I asked Siri. Specifically, beverages with an ABV of 16 or lower are considered low hazard, and anything above 16 is high hazard. Therefore, while there is no limit of the ABV in a brewery's ability to produce anything north of 16% is limited by the building's use group classifications. Let's see, it says, did Ohio really eliminate the ABV cap? And what was the ABV cap? Okay, so it's talking about March 31st, 2017, which went into, it still doesn't say. It was a vote of 79-7, which they eliminated it. It was a 12% limit. That's good, because we have a lot of shit that's more than 12% on a regular basis.
Yeah, so when did craft breweries start getting big? When you start noticing them?
Well, I started noticing them when we were going to the tap house there in Piqua, but
what year was that, though?
It's just still a handful of years ago, but the thing of it is, when we were looking that up, craft brewing was a thing in the 70s, And they were. I think they like what I looked up. They were getting big in the '90s, maybe. I think. So.
Yeah.
I was gonna say I know I've like read some people saying that they've been into it since the 90s.
Right, and so it's like that was like a big upswing in the community was the 90s. So even at that, like people were trying to brew max capacity for years, and in 2017 is when they said, okay, we'll do away with the limit.
Hey Ron.
Hey, what?
Move your microphone over. It looks like it's about to fall off the edge.
It's not.
Oh.
I've got it like cocked, so it's not. I realize that half the time when I'm doing this, I have the microphone like right over my face, and you can't actually see it on the camera.
It's all right. Fuck your face. Does anybody ever really want to look at your face?
My face is beautiful.
I have the microphone right in my face. That's why I sit above it too, though. So it's like, hello.
That's why I hide behind it.
There you go. We have strategies to our microphone.
So
introverting over here.
So you were talking about like the 90s and the craft brew thing. That same like hip hop station I've been listening to was talking about something I had no idea about. Back in the 90s, it was like some freak fest or something that was like a bunch of like, rappers and shit like that. And apparently they're about to release a documentary on, I don't know, Netflix or Hulu or something, and with a bunch of footage. The guys that were sitting there talking about it were interviewing different people, and they had this girl that came on just to call in. Said her age. Apparently she was 13 when she was there, and there's footage of her getting laid and getting screwed and all this stuff.
Wow. And so what is this supposed to be?
It was like Freak Fest or something. It was like basically like a hardcore rap festival type thing.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm just sitting there thinking about that. I'm like, huh.
That sounds really familiar.
I'm like, that was from like the hip hop side of the world. And I'm sitting there thinking about some of the festivals and the hardcore fucked up shit that happened, rock wise that we did back then. And just hardcore shit that just doesn't happen anymore. I'm just like, was the 90s?
Yeah, the 90s was something special.
Was the 90s just fucking extra for everything?
It was.
Dude, the 90s, it was badass.
Because
it was
we
fucked
had
up, and it
some
was
of the
really cool that it
technology
was
we do
fucked
now,
up.
like the internet was there and some of that. We didn't have the ability for phones to record everything.
Yeah, there wasn't a lot of tracking. You could just fucking troll the hell out of people.
Basically, the DJs were sitting there talking about this Freak Fest thing. They're like, how much editing are they going to have to do for the footage of this thing? Because the girl was like, set her age, and she would have been 13 if the thing was talking about, some guy picking her up in the crowd and just giving her, cunnilingus right in the middle of the crowd and everybody and all this stuff when she's 13. And they were like, that was child abuse and rape and blah, blah, blah. And it was.
Absolutely.
But in the 90s, it was one of the things, like...
Nobody gave a fuck in the 90s.
They
it's
video
okay.
recorded that and all that. And it's like, so what kind of editing are they going to have to do to that documentary, and how close are they going to have to watch everything? So they literally don't get busted for putting child porn on a major streaming service.
That's right.
Yeah. It's like, I remember the shit that I did at the Rocky Horror and myself in the 90s and the early 2000s. That was a different time.
It was a fun time.
Thank you for no selfie cams everywhere.
That's right. Kids just, I don't know. I'm sure kids have to do the dumb shit these days, but at the same time, it's like, I just don't think they do.
I don't know, man. Like, I feel like that's just like a rite of passage or something.
Right.
Just doing dumb stuff.
My kids don't, I don't know. I mean, I'm sure they do some dumb things, but it's like, I tell my kids the shit that I did. They're like, that was dumb. Why'd you do that?
I told my daughter the dumb shit I've done, and she's like, that was fucking criminal. You get arrested. But I didn't.
Right.
Dude, what's wrong with these kids?
Right. Live a little. Chase death. Do dumb shit.
Chase death. Do dumb shit.
You guys
Just don't.
all made your kids soft.
Right.
You're the ones that raised them.
Pussies, damn it.
You made your kids pussies.
Well, I was, I feel I didn't make them suffer and they didn't have to acquire teenage angst.
Damn it.
They're allowed to talk
happened.
About their feelings. They're allowed to.
In my day, you weren't allowed to talk about your feelings. You're a fucking pussy and a little bitch. You take your feelings, you swallow them deep down inside until you have angst and rage, and go shoot up a school.
Where that came
oh
from?
wait,
mine were allowed to do shit. Right? Yeah. See,
is that why I have adult angst too?
Yeah. I think that's what it
Damn it.
is. See, I
It's
was
like
there. I was supportive. They were allowed to do shit. I had this conversation with my partner at work yesterday. It's like, it's not like, I was saying my kids don't go out and drink. I know they don't, just because the way they act, they're like, oh, drinking's dumb. Like, why would you do that? Even at teenagers. And I have to coax them to even take a sip of my shit. I just be like, hey guys, want to try this? No, I'm good. I don't want any. I don't want to drink. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
I don't know, man, because like my dad would let me ask me if I want to try his beer, and I didn't want to try it in front of him. So maybe they're like sneaking it behind your back.
I don't.
Like my daughter, if I ever talk about drinking anything to her, she's like, "That's stupid. Why would I drink? That stuff tastes gross."
Every once in a while they'll take a sip, and Jake's more apt to do it than Logan. But I think that's a major thing about it.
What's wrong with kids these days? God dang it! In my day, we were
it's not
raging alcoholics and we punched people.
It's not a taboo thing for them. They're just like, oh yeah, my parents had alcohol around the house and they let me try it here and there, and I don't see what the big deal is. So they didn't have to go hide and get drunk. Where I was like, well, I'm pissed off and I want to get fucked up, so let's do this. And it's not at my house, so I'm just going to sneak it when it's available instead of, it being always available and seeing the after effects. I don't know.
Here's reminding me of some shit I'm going to ask you later.
Oh, okay, sweet.
Oh, goody.
Righto.
So, what have we learned today?
Not a fucking thing. Wait
a minute. We learned that I'm going to make a really kick-ass porn.
I was getting ready to say Missy's kick-ass porn.
They're going to drink beer. They're going to drink Budweiser in the Jesus days. I feel like there's going to be one where, how that Fruit Loop video, it's going to be like that, but Budweiser. They might even just stick the whole can in that person's butthole, like slide the can in. Are we drinking it? And then they're,
drinking it out with a straw?
They're either going to do that or they're like going to like tip themselves backwards and it's going to run into the person's mouth.
I feel like
this gives like
you're going to stick it in his butthole and then he's going to like tighten it and crush the can.
Squeeze it up
and like right.
They're gonna. It's gonna
like a face full of
fountain
beer.
it. He's gonna squish the butt cheeks and it's gonna fountain the Budweiser out of the can. It's gonna spray everybody's face.
That's the best direction.
Something tapping a keg with a whole new reason and whole new meaning.
That's right. I really like that. Yeah. Tap. It's the keg ass.
Instead of like crushing it on your head, you're like, ugh,
right. I'm whatever that's going to be called is going to definitely become a staple word and definition in Urban Dictionary.
Okay, so internet meme people that have been doing those cool Budweiser memes a week, right. I need you to have someone of a dude just slamming a Budweiser down, dropping his pants, turning around, shoving it up his ass, and then instead of crushing it on his head, crushing it with his ass cheeks, please.
And fountaining. Like a trip to the hospital for perforated
bowels, maybe. I mean, if it
might be.
Well, I mean, we
probably don't do that.
Do it, but don't blame us and don't send us your hospital bills.
Disclaimer.
But send us your videos.
Do not try that at home.
And the other thing about it, I feel like the guy that was the one guy, one jar would probably do it. If he can pull shards of glass, have you ever heard of that?
I have heard of this.
I know we have. If he can pull shards of glass out of his rectum after the jar exploded in his ass, then he could definitely stand to pull a crinkled up can out of his rectum. You think maybe he's
learned since then?
So,
hey, one jar.
If you're listening,
idea for you.
Have you learned from your previous experience? Well,
no, he has a TikTok. I found him on TikTok. And so he makes TikToks where he's just walking up to a jar and there's a jar on the ground and people are like I think it maybe the TikTok even says that, hey, you recognize these legs, and then it shows like the beginning of that video, like it like flashes and goes to the beginning of that video and then cuts off before he does it, obviously. But he's out there making videos like basically making fun of himself for sticking a jar up his asshole.
So we could just like stitch him and be like,
oh my God, yes.
Just stitch him and then like align it so like this beer glass right here.
No, see what I would stitch him, and then I would show a jar, throw the jar behind me, show the beer can. Like, it's got to be a Budweiser. I'm gonna slam it down on the table, and then I'm gonna it's basically gonna be like stick this up your asshole, and then maybe I'll slide it in like a fake butthole and squeeze the cheeks together and let it.
So we need, dude. That would probably be a good prop for us to have as a fake ass.
We'd have a fake rectum, right?
Hell, I killed him.
I've heard that before, and I don't know what that is, but I don't remember exactly. But if you're listening and you support us, please send us your fake assholes. I don't care if they're used. I'll fucking wash it.
No, don't send us used ones.
I would wash it. It'd be because we're not. It's not like we're gonna like do stuff with it
We
that's gonna
probably
affect
will.
us. I'm not gonna put it in my mouth. You know.
I mean, I was gonna say we would probably pretend to eat an asshole.
I probably would.
Send
I would totally
so
do
if you
that.
like us, send us a brand new fake asshole that hasn't been had your dick in it.
I guess we could boil it.
Boil it right.
Look,
You know,
send us a brand new fake asshole because I'm probably gonna stick my dick in it and never mind.
I would stick a Budweiser can in it and squeeze it and just let it like drip down
My favorite
chins.
one. Talk about that. My favorite one.
My
still,
chins. I'm apparently fat and have chins.
My favorite one is still the dude that like opens up the Budweiser and is like drinking it, like licks up and down the sides, and he's like smacking the tip around, acting like he's sucking a dick, and then he like shakes it and it squeezes and shoots all over his face.
Because that's the one I sent.
I
don't remember being quite like that, but there's probably multiple videos.
I
of that.
sent one like that to that group chat with Blake in it from last week.
That's funny.
That was my favorite one thus far because it's just like hilarious as shit. Like some of the guys at work today were just showing me all of their favorite ones, and it's like, damn, that went deep on that shit.
That's so funny.
So, we're on all your favorite podcast services. We are on YouTube, we're on Facebook, we're on Instagram, we're on TikTok. Find us, like us, share. We are
And misBEERhavior!
misBEERhavior.